Welcome back.
Welcome back. It would be great if this magically lines up perfectly again for you.
I cannot believe how perfect our shit has been.
That's twice now
Yeah, twice now.
that we've just totally in sync. Like you didn't have to
It's been
shift.
perfect. The only things that I've had to edit is like long pauses. That's it.
Wow.
And like obviously our intros and our outros. That's
I
it.
I love that. And I'm using my fancy microphone muffler, so
No.
maybe
You're using your witness protection
I'm
microphone.
using my witness protection microphone, my crystal ball. Maybe I'm less echoey now.
You are a little bit less echoey. I will say that.
Okay,
There's
good. Yeah.
substantially less echo.
Oh, good. That's great. Yeah. So it turns out I had it facing the wrong way when we did it last time. So maybe it'll be even better.
Maybe it'll even be more or less echoey now.
That's correct. Anyway, welcome back to Oddities, everybody. What the fuck? I,
That's not how it goes,
my
Casey.
fucking, my Fitbit died last night because
Uh-oh.
I neglected to charge it fast enough, whatever. And now today it's saying it's yesterday at 5 o'clock in the evening.
Okay, wait, I need to say something. Ever since daylight savings, screw daylight savings, everyone,
Right, right.
clocks have been weird. My parents' clock at work keeps going backwards. My car clocks keep going backwards.
Mine
Fitbit
too.
keeps going. Something weird is happening.
Wow. Maybe it's the end of times finally.
Happy
Finally.
Easter.
Any- Anyway, I'm Cassie.
I'm Kelly, and welcome back to Strangetown.
All of our information, as per usual, is in the description. Follow us along on social media for a good time. And as well as we have a Patreon. If you'd like to donate to our Patreon, you can do for as low as $1 a month. And that grants you a bonus episode every week. It's Wednesdays.
It's every Wednesday. That's 52 episodes a year because we're doing them weekly now.
That's right. So that's 52 Patreons and 52 regulars.
Yep.
So that's
For $12 a year, you
yeah,
get 52 episodes.
52 extra episodes. And they're fun. They're video episodes. So if you'd like to
And it's
donate,
just pure chaos.
it is always pure chaos. So we have a link for that as well, of course. And check out our merch shop as well. We've been adding new designs. Thank you, Lindsay. And, that's the usual. How are you? How ye be?
I've been keeping a secret from you this week.
Are you pregnant?
No! Oh, God.
The response time on that? No.
Rude. No.
Sorry. What is
I'm
it?
not pregnant, but I am now an ordained minister.
That's awesome. Congratulations, you.
And I am now legally able to marry people in all 50 states.
That's great.
Why did I do this? I just thought it'd be fun. I'm genuinely. And I was like, I just did it, and it's with the Universal Life Church.
Love that. Love
And
that.
so, if any of our listeners want me to marry them,
She's open for
I'm
business,
more than
people.
happy to do it. Yeah. And I just thought you'd think it's great. So,
That's amazing.
and I purposely was like, I did it, and I was like, I'm not going to tell her until we're recording it. I want an authentic reaction.
I love that. You're going to be so good at it. That's great.
Yeah. So, that's
Wow.
my exciting news.
Wow, that is so on brand for you too. Well done, you. That's
Thank you.
most excellent. Wow. I'm so excited. This
You
is
didn't see
great.
that coming, did you?
That is 100% not what I expected you to say. That's awesome.
What did you expect me to say?
I don't know. When you say you have you've been not telling me something, I'm like, well, it's got to be something pretty big because usually you tell me everything.
Yeah, I do.
So I don't know. That's awesome. What is happening on my side? Oh, I have a couple big presentations coming up. So there's been a lot of preparation around that. I went to Trader Joe's this morning.
Right on.
Dropped more money than I anticipated. You know. these
That
things
happens there.
these things happen, and we're gonna be building our garden this weekend. We're doing raised beds, like a tiered raised garden.
I'm the image I have is so pretty.
I hope it works. We have some other things we have to do first. Like today's gonna be a lot of prep work. Tomorrow we're actually gonna work on building it. So
Yeah.
that's it. That's what I've got.
Also, like this is super exciting, but I got the greatest birthday gifts this week. Early
Oh,
birthday
I'm
gifts
so
this week.
glad. I can't believe. Yeah, happy almost. Wait, when does this come out? No,
After my birthday,
last
but
time
yeah.
was your birthday one. Yes,
Yep.
yes. Okay.
So, Cassie sent me the most beautiful decorative plate.
I
And
love
the card reads, "You get the shovel, I'll get the bleach."
it.
Happy birthday, bestie. And the plate is, "Until your unsolved death do us part."
And then when I like looked at it again, I was like, "Oh my god, it sounds like I'm gonna kill you."
No, I don't
You're
take it
okay.
like that.
Oh,
Because,
good.
like, for me, look at the podcast we do.
I know. So like to me, it was like the collective, like your meaning somebody, somebody else's, but you know what I mean. And then
Yeah.
there was birthday gift part two as well that came, and I'm so
And
glad.
it's a nice big mug, and I didn't get a chance to wash it yet. Otherwise, I'd be drinking out of it today. And it says, you know, maybe today, Satan.
I was looking for the
Maybe,
not. I was looking
maybe today.
for the not today Satan, and then that one came up, and I was like, God, that just feels so right. It just feels so perfect.
Uh,
So,
and then my wonderful hubby got me a Kindle, and you know what I have to say about that? I
mm.
love being able to read on my side in bed.
Oh, it's so nice, right?
It really is.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's
It's
great.
actually really great. So I am thoroughly happy, honestly.
Yay! Well,
Like satisfied.
at this point when this comes out, oh, pardon, happy belated birthday to you. But while we're recording, happy early birthday to you. But it is
Thank
coming up this
you.
week, so that's exciting.
And also, I'm just going to apologize now. I don't know what's going on. I might be dying, or my cat has developed severe separation anxiety, but
Is it starting again?
it's starting again. And I shoved a towel under the door this time. But and I mean, I sent you a picture yesterday of what I've been dealing
Wow.
with her like
Yeah.
glued to me.
Yes. Do you
Like,
feel okay?
I feel fine.
All right. Well,
And
then we're just.
like, I mean, I just recently had blood tests. They came back
They were
fine.
great.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
I'm gonna go with just separation anxiety. Then we'll just do that.
good lord.
Is it like wigging? Is it wigging you out? Because like I
A
get like
little bit.
that. Yeah.
A little bit because like, well, okay. For starters, the last time she was glued to me like this, and again, I am not. But the last time she was glued to me like this, I was pregnant, and again, I am not.
Heavy emphasis on the not.
So, but she was not meowy like this and like velcro-y like this.
Mm.
So, it's just, and then it makes me think, like, is there a disaster coming? Like,
Yeah,
what's
like what?
happening?
Like an earthquake or some shit. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I
So,
think she's just having a moment
yeah, just interesting things going on.
with the
But anyways,
clocks
again,
and the cat.
it's just weird. It's all
It's
weird.
just weird. It's all weird.
I do live in California. I wonder if there's an earthquake coming.
Well, you know what to do.
Yeah,
So
there's a desk. I'll get if I just start going
if
under,
you
you know
drop
what's
down, we know
happening.
what's happening. It's fine. I love it. Um, well, this has started off rocking and rolling like
Crazy.
we usually do, so that's classic. I have to say today mine is pretty heavy.
Oh,
So I don't like what's yours like? Do because I'm just should we hit them hard up front and a happy
yeah. I think we
close?
should hit them up. I mean, mine's not happy, but it's not heavy.
Okay, yeah, this is pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and give a disclaimer a little bit because this is pretty like
Okay.
gory and gnarly. So if
All right.
anybody
Sounds good.
doesn't want to party with that and get down with the get down, then head over to Kelly in like I don't know, call it 15 minutes or so.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So I need to move this because my microphone's in the way. There we go. I
All right.
am
Cassie's
no,
really in the witness
no,
protection program now.
so spooky. Today I'm covering the Abby Choi case. So, and this is very recent. Abby Choi was a model, socialite, and internet celebrity from Hong Kong who was reported missing February 21st of this year, 2023.
Wow.
On February 24th, 3 days after being reported missing, she was found murdered. Her headless body was discovered at a village in Tai Po, which is a suburb of Hong Kong, and reportedly some of her body parts were hidden inside a refrigerator, and some of them were cooked. So that's why I gave the disclaimer. Sorry,
Oh
1 second.
gosh.
I just got a message from Corey. Hold on. Oh, it's a YouTube. It's fine. It's
Corey, we're
probably
recording right now.
not now, Corey. He's supposed to be mowing the lawn. Okay, so some of them were like cooked, which is yep. I don't
Gruesome.
even yep. So according to the police, there are a total of 7 suspects that have been arrested so far for the murder of Abby. This includes her former husband, his brother and parents, the alleged mistress of her former father-in-law, and 2 others. And investigations still at this point are ongoing. So this is like very fresh. Um, so let's talk about her death a little bit more. So like I said, February 23rd, 3 days after her disappearance, they find her headless corpse. She was 28 when she was murdered. Reportedly, like I said, some of her body parts were hidden inside a fridge, some were cooked. The police therefore classified the case as murder, and I'm like, yeah, I would go ahead and say, yeah, probably murder. What
Yeah.
the fuck? Like,
Why is that
duh.
even a question?
So, Choi was reported missing after she failed to pick up her daughter from school, like she normally did. And she last entered the car driven by her hired driver, which very weirdly, her hired driver is also her ex brother in law,
Oh.
right? Kind of strange. At the scene where they found all of these various parts, there was also a meat slicer and electric saw, according to some police statements to the press. So, according to news reports, Abby first debuted as an influencer before she subsequently expanded her career into mainstream media. She was known as a fashion icon. She was known to like mix and match pieces in ways that kind of made her to be considered a trendsetter. She had, over 100,000 followers on Instagram. She regularly attended the Paris Fashion Week and had been featured in several magazines, including Elle, Harper's Bazaar, and Vogue. So big name magazines. And less than 2 weeks before her death, Abby was featured on the cover of fashion and luxury lifestyle magazine L'Officiel Monaco. So she is the eldest of 3 daughters. She grew up in a wealthy family that operated like a construction business, and it had connections with businesses in China. And her personal net worth was more than 100 million of like whatever the what is it, yen in Hong? I don't know. Does Hong Kong have its own like currency? I don't know. But in other words, she was worth a lot.
Yeah.
She had a high net worth. She was engaged in philanthropy. She co-founded, let's see, I don't know how to pronounce this, Payome's charitable organization, which is a group dedicated to help stray animals.
Oh.
We love that. So, um, this where she was found, this like apartment, is on the, like I said, outskirts of Hong Kong. It was rented by one of her former in-laws. So like right now, in my mind, all signs are pointing to like them. She had like her former in-law driving. She like this apartment where she was like, whatever. So anyway, this apartment, this like it's kind of like a flat. It had been converted to basically a killing room. There was plastic sheeting all over the place. Like I said, there was like a meat slicer, grinder, and saws. Um, Basically, what the police superintendent Alan Chung told reporters is tools that are used to dismember human bodies were found in the flat, including meat grinders, chainsaws, long raincoats, gloves, and masks. Abby and her ex-husband had remained close after the divorce several years ago. Um, so she, like I said, she kept ties to her former in-laws, I guess. Like, she is a mother of 4. She had recently been arguing with her former family members over money. It's always over money, right? Bless you.
I'm
Bless
so
you.
sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. And she had a plan to sell a multi-million-dollar luxury apartment where some of her former relatives had lived. So there was like some, you know, I guess like issues over that.
Yeah.
On social media sites, she would often like post herself, like photos of herself in exotic locales. She would wear these flowing gowns, these designer accessories. Um, as the news spread of her killing, her Instagram followers jumped from like 119,000 to over 150,000 in just like a handful of days. I suspect at this point it's
Really?
probably even higher. Um, and it is suspected that the suspects planned her murder for weeks, and they rented this suburban apartment just to cut up her body, basically. And witnesses reported seeing people carrying garbage bags out of the flat. In terms of investigations, like after her murder came to light, the police first arrested three suspects on February 25th. One being her former brother in law, Anthony Kwong Kong Kit, who was her hired driver, while the other two were his parents, who both used to be obviously her parents in law before she divorced her first husband. Um, she married her first husband, Alex Kwong Kong Chi, when she was 18. They had two children during their 3 year long marriage before it was ended with a divorce on, they're saying, an unknown date. Then she married her current husband, Chris Tam, whose father is the founder of a restaurant chain. And she had two more children with him. And despite their divorce, though, Abby remained close with her former husband, like I mentioned. There was a citywide manhunt by police after finding her body. Alex Kwong later became the fourth to be arrested after he unsuccessfully tried to escape Hong Kong, but like by a boat. It was alleged that her death was masterminded by her father-in-law, who was a former policeman and was previously accused of rape. So this guy is shady as fuck. The
Yeah.
motive was believed to be the result of a money dispute, and a luxury apartment, like I said, believed to be have been purchased by Abby before putting it under her former father-in-law's name. Um, it is that apartment is one of Hong Kong's most like prestigious addresses. The neighborhood is home to like some of the city's wealthiest people, so it's like a big deal thing. Um, when they found her, like I said, her head and then several of her ribs were inside a pot of cooked soup. At that same time, the police arrested a fifth suspect in connection to the killing, a 47-year-old Ing Chi Wing. I might be saying that wrong, but she was a mistress of her ex-father-in-law. The search for the other missing like hands and torso and body parts remained ongoing from that point, and then more than 100 officers were mobilized to search for the other missing parts, and um, they are currently questioning like villagers to seek more information like needed to solve the case. DNA testing results revealed in March of this year that it was her head. So February 27th, the police proceeded with murder charges against Alex Kwong, so her ex-husband, his brother, and father, while charging the mother with perverting the course of justice. I don't know what that means. I got to be honest. I don't know what perverting the court of justice means, but that's whatever. All
Yeah.
four suspects who were officially charged in court were denied bail, and they would be held in remand pending investigations, and their cases are adjourned to May 8th of this year. And then Ing, the mistress, was charged with abetting a murder suspect, but she's currently released on bail. It also came to light that her ex-husband was a suspect behind 7 alleged cases of theft that occurred nearly a decade before Abby was killed, and had once absconded despite being scheduled to appear in court in 2015. So he's being charged with those cases as well. So they're like, on top of it, by the way, here's all your theft cases. On March 2nd of this year, a sixth suspect, 41-year-old Lam Shun, was arrested on suspicion of aiding and abetting Kwong to escape Hong Kong by boat. This guy, Lam, was an employee of like a yacht rental company, and he was going to be paid like over 300,000, whatever Hong Kong currency is. And then there's also a seventh suspect, Irene Poon Hao Yin, a 29-year-old Hong Konger and friend of Alex, the ex-husband, who was also arrested on March 7th for abetting Kwong in his attempted escape from Hong Kong. And she was handed over to the authorities. She was charged March 8th and granted a bail, but she was given a travel ban to prevent her from leaving Hong Kong. So according to the laws of Hong Kong, a conviction for murder carries the mandatory sentence of life imprisonment. That's it. Once they're convicted, that's it. Originally, the death penalty was the sole legal punishment for murder in Hong Kong, but it was abolished in 1993. And so it allowed judges instead to impose these life sentences. And in another development in the case, Abby's mother filed a court injunction to forbid Kwong Kao from selling the property linked to her daughter's murder and to seek a declaration that her daughter was the beneficiary owner of the apartment. So, like, obviously, this has been like very chilling and scary to like the whole community of Hong Kong, as well as making like headlines internationally. It's very high. It's like a pretty high profile case. It's brought to light several notorious murder cases that happened in the past of like that have happened in China and stuff. There, I can cover some more of these. Like there's the Lam Core one. There's Braemar Hill murders. There's the Hello Kitty murder case. So I can cover those. I'm particularly intrigued by the Hello Kitty one. I honestly, just from the name alone, I got to be honest.
Yep.
The community where Abby's dismembered body parts were recovered made plans to perform Taoist rituals to calm the spirit of the deceased due to the horrific and tragic nature of her death, which I think is beautiful.
That's extremely beautiful.
I think that's great.
Like, how beautiful that the community came together to do that for her.
Yeah, these a lot of people who just like didn't even know her, and then they like welcomed her family members and friends to also gather like outside the crime scene to show respect and do this. So I think that's really great.
I have to say, within Asian cultures, how beautiful it is what they do for the deceased.
Mm-hmm.
It's I have to say that it's quite beautiful, and I have much respect for that.
Yeah, big time. I think like I don't know. I think like a lot of like the Asian practices around death and stuff like that. Like it's very interesting. And I just there's like a lot of like really like good like respect and I don't know things like that. So yeah, I'm with you. So I mean, right now as it stands, that's pretty much it for the case. I think honestly until like May 8th, it's kind of like a to be continued type of thing. Frankly,
Yeah.
to me, all signs are pointing to these in-laws. Like I mean, it's
Oh,
obviously
100%.
like obviously kind of them like I couldn't anywhere like find who rented this apartment where they did like the dismembering. Obviously they probably would have done it under like a fake name and everything, but
Yeah.
I think that we got a pretty solid case probably there, especially given the whole luxury apartment thing. Everything's always about money. Like clearly they kind of needed her for income. Like she was employing like her ex brother-in-law as a driver. Like you know what I mean? Like they kind of
Yeah.
clearly there was something there with money and everything. So that's my vote. These other two that just kind of got like arrested along the way, like I think it's just because they kind of like helped cover some of this shit. I don't think they actually had a part in it. It was probably like I think probably the ex-husband maybe came to them after and was like, I need your help. And they were like, okay. But I don't think they had anything to do with the murder itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the Abby Choi case. It is wild. I'm going to keep an eye on it. It's really interesting to me.
Yeah, I want an update on it. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, again,
So
I think it's a pretty solid case. I still don't want an update on it.
I think there's probably going to be pretty good coverage on it. I would guess. But man, I hate how like dismemberment and everything like that. God, it is just so like you've already killed a person. Like you've already done
Why?
enough. Like I
And I
just
get it. They were covering up their footsteps, footprints, whatever. But like, why?
I mean, on top of it, like with the soup, it's like, listen, guys, like
Why did you do that?
dismemberment is one thing, but why are you cooking her? Like, just okay, like
Yeah.
the bones are still gonna be there. So like, what the fuck?
What was your plan?
Yeah,
'Cause, like, that's
it's so gross. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's the Abby Choi case. It's really heavy. I really truly hope that they can just like nail these people and the people rightfully
I
get
really
like
hope that she
life
can get
imprisonment.
justice.
Yeah, because this is so gruesome. So anyway,
That
those
was
are my
very
thoughts.
intense. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
the disclaimer was justified. Not that it ever needs justification. Just throwing that out there.
This was a worthwhile disclaimer though, I feel.
Oh,
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
So maybe something a little lighter from
Well,
you.
it is a little lighter, but I'm going to be talking about the devil's pet,
Oh?
allegedly.
Same. I love that. Is it donut? Poor donut.
You be nice to Dodo.
You're right. She's a baby.
Well, I'm going to be talking about the monster of Elizabeth Lake in California. Ironically, there are like 10 Elizabeth Lakes in California.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's this Elizabeth that she gets so many lakes?
she's just named
She's
constantly
a
for.
popular bitch.
This one is particularly in LA County, and perhaps I believe is the oldest one in the state. Um, Legend states that the devil himself created the lake and it placed one of his own pets inside of it.
Oh?
Yep. If you swim deep enough, eventually you will find a secret passage direct to the underworld, which isn't entirely far fetched as the lake lies directly over the San Andreas Fault.
Ah, so I bet you where that's how all of this stemmed. It has to.
Yep.
Yeah.
And from this lake, allegedly, a horrible monster came to be.
Cool.
Although there have been no reported sightings since the 1880s, there were a few from 1830 all the way up to 1886. The creature has been described. You're gonna laugh at this.
I'm gonna love it.
The creature has been described as having bat wings and the neck of a giraffe, the head of a bulldog, 6 legs, the length of at least 50 feet, and it emits a horrible, nauseating smell.
Same. What the fuck? It's like you guys
It's
took
the
the
bulldog head
it's
that
I know.
throws me.
It's like you guys took the Jersey Devil and then you were like, how can we make this even more fucking convoluted? This
Right.
is the weirdest fucking. Really? A bulldog head?
That's where it throws me.
That's like.
Honestly, everything else I could see. The bulldog head, what?
I gotta be honest, the bulldog head gives like big high school mascot vibes. It's like you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like this
it
is
does.
like
You're not wrong.
all right. Well, this is
Um,
yeah something. Go ahead.
Several ranchers and owners of the land around Lake Elizabeth abandoned or sold their property at losses to get away from the beast. Supposedly, Spanish missionaries dubbed the lake Laguna del Diablo, and Native American legend also supports the rumor that the devil created the lake. The first sighting was by a Spaniard, Don Pedro Carrillo. In the 1830s, he built a ranch on the shores of the lake, but one day a fire of unknown origin burnt every single structure down, all in a single night event. In the 1850s, American settlers tried to establish themselves near the lake, but screams at night and unnatural noises, visions and other experiences that they would not relate or speak of drove them away, never to return again.
Oh,
Then came Don Chico Lopez and Don Chico Vasquez. Uh, they established an entire ranch along the lake. For several months, everything was fine. The monster did not show itself. Then the workers' livestock and animals started disappearing.
oh,
This was followed by a giant winged shadow passing over the house each and every night. Soon, the residents had multiple sightings of the beast, and bullets reportedly bounced off the creature's hide.
oh. So it's bulletproof. This has
It's
like
bulletproof.
This has chupacabra vibes too.
There
What
you
is
go.
happening?
As ranch hands quit and animals kept disappearing, the owners were forced to sell, and the land eventually sold, and the ranch was abandoned.
Well, I mean, I get
There
it.
you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah.
Miguel Linus purchased the ranch next. Linus was an immigrant, a large, burly man who controlled a large amount of land throughout Southern California. He ruled over it like a dictator, allegedly.
Oh,
And squatters were often severely dealt with through either lawsuits or armed forces. Several months after he purchased the ranch on Lake Elizabeth, the creature began eating animals as well, but Linus would not have it. He lay in wait for the beast and then savagely attacked it when it emerged at night. As bullets bounced off the tough hide, he engaged it closer, beating it with his rifle.
Jesus, Linus has
Could you just
dude.
imagine?
Linus has balls the size of fucking bowling balls. What the fuck?
Right? He would beat it with his rifle across the nose, then punching it in the eye. Really?
When
Like,
plan is A and B don't work, go for plan
yeah.
C.
So taken back by beating it with such force of the attack, the creature would retreat back to the lake and there lay resting and healing its injured eye. Eventually, it fled from the lake, heading east towards Arizona. So Linus made it leave.
Yeah, he's like, get the fuck out and go to Arizona. California's done with your ass.
Yeah, the tale, however, doesn't quite end there. The spawn of the devil inhabited Elizabeth Lake has also been linked to the area around Tombstone and Thunderbird photograph. The Thunderbird photograph is a possible picture taken a very long time ago, presumably in the early 1890s, of several cowboys and ranchers holding up what appears to be a pterodactyl.
I'm gonna look it up
Yeah.
while you're, yeah.
Um, the beast was apparently seen flying in the area and was lured by some ranchers into a trap, and then in the I cannot pronounce this to save my life. Huchara Mountains, west of
Okay.
Tombstone, where they killed the creature. Some stories link the monster to Lake Elizabeth. The monster in the old picture of the pterodactyl, stating that it is the same creature. The picture, of course, also has several stories surrounding it. Scholars aren't even sure if the picture even exists, let alone if it is authentic.
This is hilarious, this picture.
The picture, of course, also has several stories surrounding it. The scholars aren't sure if the picture exists, let alone if it's authentic. The picture apparently appeared in a newspaper, the Tombstone
Epitaph?
Epitaph? Yeah, Epitaph.
I don't know. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
no, it is Epitaph.
Oh, cool.
And showed several cowboys and ranchers in front of the dead pterodactyl, whose wings were pinned to the wall of a barn. Is that what the picture's showing?
It's like a bunch of men standing behind it holding it up with some dudes in the front. But maybe I looked at the wrong one. But I got it. First of all, side note, Tombstone is a hell of a name for a place to live. Like, why am I not living
Right?
in Tombstone? But okay.
I think I've driven through Tombstone.
I love that. I'd like to go to Tombstone.
I think I used to watch an old show called Tombstone with my dad.
That had to have been a Western. It
was a
had. Oh,
Western. Of
there you
course it
go.
was.
With a name like that, like it's got to be like, Tombstone. Bing, 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 bing. You know what I mean?
You got it. You got it.
Did I do it?
Yeah, you did it perfectly.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a pretty wild photo. To me, it looks absolutely fake, but it's still pretty crazy.
Could
It's
you
just like
imagine if a pterodactyl existed in 1890?
I know, like
After
flat out.
way, way, way clearly,
Right.
way past the Big Bang.
Right.
No, it was
Not the
devil's
Big Bang.
pet. Damn it.
It's not a pterodactyl, it's the devil's pet.
Does it have a bulldog head?
In the picture, it's literally straight up a pterodactyl. There is no bulldog. It's just like a bunch of like cowboys and a pterodactyl. That's like,
That's crazy.
I know, I love it. Wow. So that's the devil's pet?
Yep, that is the devil's pet. Oh my gosh, you should
Do you
look
see
up
it?
you should look up you should look up Lake Elizabeth monster.
Okay, I'll look that up. Let's see.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Oh my god. That's a cartoon. Let me see.
No, but it's hilarious though.
Oh,
Wait. This one's great.
These are so this is
I'm gonna have fun making this cover photo.
wow. There's some wild. Have you ever been to Lake Elizabeth?
No, but it's now on my list.
Big time. I think the thing that's kind of intriguing to me is like, why is it always lakes? Like, I would be more likely to believe that there's
Bodies
some.
of water have scary crap in them.
I mean, they do, but like, I would be more likely to believe that these things are in the ocean versus like
Than in
a
lakes.
lake. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, I agree with you on that. That
So
I
it's like-
understand. Although, let's talk about Lake Tahoe. That apparently has some crazy ass shit.
Yeah,
in
I
it.
guess Tahoe's fucking wild. Tahoe. I don't know. I just feel like if I were to place these monsters anywhere, it would be like, the unexplored depths of the ocean because it's
I
more
just can't
vast.
believe Linus over here.
Dude, Linus has big dick
It would took
energy.
one punch in the eye to just send this devil's pet to Arizona.
Dude, Linus
Oh,
is a
and
hell
it's
of
an
a man.
important note to say that Linus and his wife, um, it's amazing that they outlived the attacker, but him and his wife eventually died in a strange wagon accident in 1889.
Oh.
And it's rumored that him and his wife still hunt their adobe in Calabasas, California. So
Oh,
I
I
think
love
I'm going to
that
cover
too.
that eventually.
Yeah, because Linus just fucking shows up and he's
Because
punching
I,
this thing in the
I,
fucking
I,
eye.
I feel like there's more stories to Linus that I just need to cover.
What was mysterious about their like wagon accident? Do you
I don't
know?
know.
Or
That's why I need to
that's why I need to
find out.
cover it. Yeah, because
Yeah.
dude, what if it's a government like a ye olde 1800s
What if
government
it was,
cover up?
yeah. Or what if it was like the devil himself?
What if it was the well?
You punched
Some
my
might
pet in the
say
eye.
some might say that they are one and the same, the government and the devil
Yeah.
himself. You know, so
You're not wrong.
it's hard to say. But that's
And you know what?
yeah.
I'm just going to say on that note,
Yeah.
until next time.
Stay strange.